but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys.
Look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Bridges.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Harkless in at the point guard. And for Charlotte, we've got Bismack Biyombo. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2 guard. Now, here's Rozier. Randall left side. Now, here's Barrett. He's tightly guarded. Down low, Robinson lays it up off the glass. Of course, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this area.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Rozier. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And the dunk by Robinson.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Washington. Now the pass to Bridges. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Biyombo, the pass to Graham. Second chance shot. Off the left rim and out.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Now, here's Bridges. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Randall no good. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 3-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. And it's Rozier missing.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Graham with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For New York, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Knox, defended by Bridges. Knox, the pass to Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Passes it to Barrett. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Robinson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Here's Graham. An easy 2 points on the layup. Graham's got 5 points so far.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Now, here's Barrett. Graham defending. Count it.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Here's Rozier, and he jams it with authority.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did.
Yeah.
And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Now here's Harkless. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now here's Barrett. D right on him. And it's Robinson that time on the assist from Barrett. 8 points for Robinson.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Biombo, the pass to Washington. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul. Charlotte shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Graham surveying the floor. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. He's got 7.
Boy, it looked like the D was going to get to that shot, but what a job he did to change his release and get the lay-in.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
They've got Bacon. Cody Zeller out there with Bridges. Then there's Batum. And it's Graham in at the point. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Back to Bridges. And he lays in the alley-oop. Bridges has got the lead up to 1 now for Charlotte.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Ellington, the pass to Portis. Feeds to Gibson. Over Zeller. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
You talk about a player who is a consummate pro. Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta. Can't hit from 12.
no matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And so here is New York following the score by Charlotte. Pass to Gibson to end the cold streak. Got a piece of it.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
They get it again. Basket good. And the Hornets lead by 13.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Ntilikina. Graham defending. Ellington kicks to Portis. Count it from 12. Portis has got 4 points this quarter. A lot of competitors in this league, Doris, and you've got to be that way to play at this level. I know you have a list of competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable desire to win. The guys who absolutely despise losing, who it almost hurts. It's painful physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great. He wants an NBA championship. LeBron James has got multiple titles and continues to pursue greatness. What I love about great NBA players, it's never enough, Kevin.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Bullock. 1:11 left here in the second. And there's the pass to Ntilikina. They get the rebound. Gibson passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Charlotte leading by 11. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Ntilikina looking it over. He feeds it to Gibson. Another shot. Passes it to Bullock. Ntilikina kicks to Ellington. 6 to shoot. Gibson passes to Ntilikina. And the miss. Not the best shot selection there.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Batum, good.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
Out left to the wing, from past the arc. That'll do it for the first half. Hornets on top.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4. And that does it for our half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What do you say, guys? Miles Bridges, an impressive effort here today.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
On the court for the Knicks, Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Harkless in the point. Knicks trail by 15. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Graham's gone 4-7 in field goal attempts tonight, 57%. Now here's Harkless. Rozier defending. The shot by Harkless no good, but they'll get another chance. Knox the pass to Randall. New York moving the ball around. Here's Robinson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Graham. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Graham's got 11 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Offensive rebound, Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. And the basket by Rozier.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Knicks trail by 15. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
And the Hornets making a change here. Monk's checked in. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for the Knicks. Shoots from 12. And it's Rozier missing. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for New York. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Randall dishes to Robinson. That one doesn't drop. And the Hornets now going the other way. Monk with the ball. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Inside, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Absolutely ferocious finish from Mr. Knox. Just salute him.
Rozier against Payton. Washington. Randall with some nice D. Knicks trail by 11. Knox the pass to Barrett. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Hornets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And the dunk by Biyombo.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates. And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Here's Barrett. Following the bucket by the Hornets. No good from Payton.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Barrett. 6 points for him. And stolen by Biyombo. Zeller passes to Washington. Dishes it to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
Well, showing off that athleticism is Bismack Biyombo. That's an easy one.
Pass to Robinson. Shoots over Biyombo. Robinson misses.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Charlotte leading by 15. And here is Graham. 11 points in the game. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Here's Ntilikina. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. What a night. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Bridges out there with Bacon. Then there's Batum, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Lets it go from 14. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. That's now 8 points for Bobby Portis.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Bridges takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Hornets lead by 20. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here's Bullock from the arc. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Bullock's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Graham with the ball. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Knicks trail by 19. Now here's Bullock to the middle. Gibson passes to Portis. They get a hand on it and stolen by Biyombo. Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Ntilikina. Graham defending. That one drops for him. Ntilikina's got his first basket. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Now, here's Bridges. Not a lot of room. Buries it from three-point range. Bridges has got 9 points now in the quarter.
A dangerous score from just about every area. Bridges very good at capitalizing in a number of ways.
Here's Knox. Rozier defending. Robinson misses.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Here's Bridges. Yep, that one goes. Bridges has got 19 points.
Adept at maintaining his balance on the way up. Bridges, a strong player who can play through contact.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Hornets.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Miles Bridges.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Graham kicks to Bridges. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Pass to Dotson to end the run. They grab their own miss.
2 points, Julius Randle.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Biyombo. Now, here's Rozier, guarded by Robinson. Graham, the pass to Washington. 6 on the shot clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Pulls up, high post, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that... Coming up moments from now, the venue in the hub.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We welcome you to Noche and Hey, Dave.
Well, it was
A momentous decision, DA. Thank you. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. We'll take a look at the Nets. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Knicks. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And I think for the Knicks, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
So the Nets starting 5. Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. And there's Jared Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chiozza in at the point guard. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Payton is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in at the small forward position. And in tonight's game, pride definitely brought at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006. Which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? Kind of took care of it.
Here's Harkless. Jared Allen making his last shot. Here's Robinson. Lays it up and banks it in. Robinson's got his second basket.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Harris, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Now, here's Barrett. LeVert defending. Barrett the pass to Payton. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get open is Robinson. That's good from Randall on the assist by Payton. And it's a tie ball game.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Allen, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to Golden State. Bucket is good. And it's 6 points for Robinson. And here's Chiozza. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And it's Bullock missing.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And the Knicks with possession here. After the basket by Brooklyn. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Gibson using his body on the boards. He's great at using his timing to leap up and collect a second chance.
Pass to Allen. Knicks with the rebound.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
The Nets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Johnson, the pass to Temple. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. And stolen by Portis. And here's Bullock from the arc. Shot clock reset for the Knicks.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Knox. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And good that time.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Passes it to Temple. The three. Cans it from downtown. Temple's got his second bucket of the night.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Here's Bullock. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Johnson. Caruch is out there with Allen. And it's Crawford. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Now here's Allen after the miss from Bobby Portis. Allen inside. It's rebounded by Portis.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Luwawu. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Now here's Ellington. Here's the pass to Portis. Back to Ellington. Left side Gibson. It's tipped. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. Alfred Payton, he's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. Then for the Nets, Thomas comes in for Jarrett Allen. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu. And again, it's the Nets missing. New York trailing. Portis, the pass to Payton. Back to Portis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. Now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination. It will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Randall's checked in for Gibson. Reese Harkless comes in for Kevin Knox. And Barrett subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Now, here's Thomas. Clock at 6. Harris outside. Over Harkless. And that one hits back iron. New York comes into this following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks. That's tipped, and he gets it back. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Caruch passes to Chioza. Harris with it. 1:37 left to play in the first half. LeVert kicks to Harris. And the 3 off target. For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Harkless has got the lead up to 2 now for New York.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Harris, good.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Here's Payton. A putback. It's good on the putback.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. Cans the 12-footer. Harris has got the game tied up here for Brooklyn. The Knicks have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Barrett the pass to Portis. And again, it's New York.
A real challenge to guard in pick and rolls. Barrett's size and ability to distribute the rock is elite.
LeVert. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Bobby Portis. The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. So for the Knicks, Robinson comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Harkless. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Garrett Temple has checked in for Rodions Kurucs. Now, here is Robinson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Now, here's Barrett. Beyond the arc. Here's Randall. The dish to Robinson. For New York, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
So he gets them both. Here's Chioza. And here's Harris from the arc. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, how big is defense going to be?
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, you have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Harris outside. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's Chioza, covered by Payton.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backdoor.
Here's Randall, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And it's a 9-point New York lead.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. And bird right's an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So player finishes this season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, but after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
Thomas finds LeVert. It's good from long range. LeVert's got 8.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Now, here is Robinson. He's got 12. Nets passing it around. Allen, that's good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Now, here's Barrett. LeVert defending. Barrett dishes to Randle. To the paint. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Aggressive and physical. Barrett creating the contact there to draw the foul.
Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. Reggie Bullock comes in for Kevin Knox. Then for the Nets, Luwawu is checked in for Thomas. Crawford comes in for Joe Harris. And Garrett Temple subbed in for LeVert. New York leading by 6. And here's Bullock. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Ellington. 6 on the shot clock. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And the Knicks lead by 8. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Portis, he's checked in for New York. The Nets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Barrett. Gibson in the post, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
Passes to Temple. To the wing right side. Crawford outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Allen. And Gibson sends it down.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the instincts come into play with the block.
And New York making a change here. Payton's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Chioza's checked in. Now here's Payton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To the inside. Shoots from 12. New York, no good that time either.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Kicks it to Bullock. For the 3. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Harkless is checked in for Barrett. The Nets also changing it up. Thomas checked in for Luwawu. And Harris subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Steps back and fires. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Temple's got 7 points.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Portis in the post. It's tipped. He got it up. The shot, no good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. New York. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Garrett Temple. Thomas is out there with Harris. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Chioza in at the point.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Gibson against Allen. And Gibson kicks to Payton. The pass to Harkless. Rolls it up. Almost, but it rolls out.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Allen, that's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
New York trailing. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Payton kicks to Harkless. Randall against Thomas. Shoots from the baseline. Randall no good. And so Allen will bring it up for the Nets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Chioza passes to Temple. Allen right side. Harris looking it over. And Gibson sends it back. And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. And the Nets making a change here as well. Karis LeVert's checked in for Garrett Temple. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Allen against Robinson. Unloads from 9. LeVert. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Harkless finds Randall. Here's Robinson, and he banks in the layup.
Now, the man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. LeVert the pass to Allen. Over Robinson. Allen's shot is off.
Well, nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Randall with the bucket.
So creative on offense. Randall getting more and more comfortable handling the ball and understanding where he can get to on specific possessions.
The Knicks with the lead. Here's Bullock. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bullock's got his first points in this one.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Robinson, and it's sent back by Allen. Here's Thomas. He kicks it to Harris. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Robinson following the bucket by the Nets. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Let's check in for Reggie Bullock. Here's Chioza. LeVert. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Harkless on the wing. A rebound by the Nets. Allen's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. LeVert the pass to Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Here's Harkless. And foul on the coach's challenge has been issued. A scheme like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Knicks. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
And the Knicks with possession here. After the basket by Brooklyn, the putback, count it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Now Johnson picks it out to Crawford. Pass to Caruth. Over Randall. It's good!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Payton outside. Pass to Harkless. Passes it to Randall. Here's Payton. Here's Harkless. The three won't fall. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really, and
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K."
Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Bridges. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at shooting guard. And for Brooklyn, we've got LeVert. Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Allen. And it's Chiozza in at the point guard. Here's Chiozza. LeVert the pass to Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Here's Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Down low. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Ahead. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 6 points.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that thing.
Here's Graham. Off target from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Now, here's Rozier. Guarded closely. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Well, Chris, as we wind toward the end of the regular season, what do you notice as an analyst that you didn't notice when you were playing?
I think what I didn't notice when I was playing was everything that goes on around the arena. Now I get to the games a couple of hours early. I get to interact with fans. I get to see game production. The business of basketball, just how much everyone loves the game, from Adam Silver down to someone at the concession stands at the arena, how it really is a community and a family. Because when I was in Sacramento, I'm just playing for Sacramento. I didn't realize how many people in New York and Detroit and other places supported not only us in Sacramento, but their home teams, and just seeing how passionate everyone in the business of basketball, how passionate they are. And that's just something awesome to be a part of.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
At the line for 2.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Hornets. Now here's Allen, 8 points for him. 5 to shoot. LeVert with the second effort. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Bacon's shot is off. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting five, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
Now here's Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Here's Graham. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And in getting that three to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by Brooklyn.
Here's Luwawu. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State. And it's LeVert missing. Hornets trail by 7. Zeller inside. He's against Allen. Zeller passes to Washington. Over Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jared Allen.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Hornets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. So for the Nets, Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Allen. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Karis LeVert. Luwawu, great positioning on the putback.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Washington. This is to Graham. There's Bacon. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Brooklyn. Versatility is so important in today's NBA. That works just.
I don't really limit myself to one position.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3 slot.
I just love the aggressive attitude of Batum, especially how hard he hits the boards.
Now here's Johnson. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Karuch. 11 feet away. Second shot opportunity. Johnson, a wide open look. They get it again. The pass to Temple. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Crawford. Goes up again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And, guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Tyler Johnson. Rozier, the pass to Bridges. Over in the corner, Batum. He dishes it to Zeller. Back to Batum. And he converts the layup.
That's just years of experience coming into play. Batum's aggressiveness and basketball savvy, I mean, it puts defenders in difficult spots.
They get it back. Back to Temple. The Nets working the ball around now. On the wing, Harris. Deep 2 from Crawford. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
And with Cody Zeller, he has a very workmanlike approach when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's what Zeller is all about, playing a simple meat and potatoes type game. I mean, what he does won't show up in the box score, but it'll show up in the stands.
Now, here's Batum. Pass to Rozier. Back to Batum. Zeller dishes to Biombo. And the dunk by Zeller.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
A fader. Here's Biombo. Back to Rozier. Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closely, and there's the call on Garrett Temple. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Washington. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Here's Temple, defended by Batum. Here's Thomas. Allen trying to break free. Thomas gets the bucket. Thomas got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Odions Kurucs, he's checked in for Thomas. Karis LeVert comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Johnson in for Garrett Temple. Passes it to Chioza. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Chioza's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Johnson over to help. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Nets leading by 6. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Here's Graham. Jared Allen making his last shot. 1 second separating the shot clock in game clock. And Charlotte turns it over again. And stolen by Graham. Rozier for 3. That one's not going to go. And so it's Brooklyn.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have a solid 8-point lead. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
We've got Allen. Thomas is out there with Harris. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Hornets trail by 8. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
It's Allen on the wing. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. Goes back up. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 6. With the fadeaway. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Graham. The NBA fans sometimes called the 6th man. Let's talk about what a difference a raucous crowd, a home crowd, can make for a team and a player.
Well, I could talk about that from my experience, but let's talk about from my experience first. Sacramento, we had a lady called Sign Lady. Now, of course, she had a real name, but she says, just call me Sign Lady. She would make the most beautiful signs. Lottie, we believe in you. Paige, every shot is good. She make them creatively. They be bright. They be big. And we looked for her for encouragement. The cowbells, how loud everyone there was. Some first-time gamers saying, this is my first game coming to watch. Go win, Chris. Or people that's been like, I've never missed a game. You want to do it for the fans. How loud they are. How they get on the teams. How they get on the refs. You got to love it. And then for the rest of the league, oh, my God. Last year in the playoffs, going to the Milwaukee Bucks, their home arena, that new arena they have there, oh, crazy. You want to talk about crazy fans? Go out to Toronto and hang outside with 10,000 crazy fans in the rain while they're singing and shouting and having fun over there in Jurassic Park. And we all know about the great fans that Golden State had all their years in Oracle, some of the most loyal fans ever. The sixth man, the fans being the sixth man, that is not a cliche, that is not made up for PR purposes. That's true and real, and some of the best players will tell you how those fans have taken them over the top, giving them energy to win some games.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yes.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Rebound, Brooklyn.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Here's Harris. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 5 assists in the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Count the basket. Graham's got 7 points here in this quarter. Nets leading by 4. Here's Allen. And it's Brooklyn scoring again. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Rozier for 3, and it's the Hornets another 3.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Allen, that's good.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Graham kicks to Rozier. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Graham. LeVert defending. He gets that one. Graham's got 9 points here in the second half.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
And it's sent back by Allen. In transition, here come the Nets. Thomas is running, and it's Allen slamming it down.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And it's Rozier missing. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. 7-point differential. Both teams deciding to change it up. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Allen. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Allen's got 13 points in just this quarter.
And if they're thinking, they can get a 2-for-1 here.
You just have to manage the clock correctly. Sometimes it's easier said than done if you also want to get a good look.
Batum and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
And Batum is so skilled at finishing off these dunks. His vertical is just astounding.
Temple the pass to Karuch. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Johnson for 3. A rebound by Washington. Hornets trail by 7. To the paint. Graham dishes to Zeller. Making the pass to Zeller. Kicks it to Graham. It'll count. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Jared Allen has been on display for Brooklyn. He has never been better. This is the most points he's scored in his career. And he is looking to add to it. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship
right here. I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great vision. He's a gifted passer. Has his finger on the pulse of this offense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Bacon in at the small forward position. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Batum. Offensive rebound.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
At the elbow, it's Allen. And he gets the bucket. Allen's got 15 points in just the second half.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And Batum kicks to Green. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Washington passes to Zeller. Count it. Good.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush. Very deliberate with his moves.
Nets passing it around. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Graham. Here's Bacon. He's guarded by Johnson. Now the pass to Bacon. Here's Washington. Just 5 on the clock. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Allen. Here's Luwawu, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Here's Graham. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
He's been a different player since halftime. Coming on strong now.
Johnson surveying the floor. Allen up top. Back to Johnson. To the left wing. Here's Temple. That shot off. And the Hornets now going the other way. There's Bacon. No good with the layup.
He's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Here's Karuch. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Washington. Here's Luwawu. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Here's Green. Allen outside. And Luwawu gets it to go. And it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead. Fans broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will hold that break, down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
2 free throws coming up, and they call. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear James Borrego coaching his team during the break. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
All right, thank you, David. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth, and the shot goes in. And now a 9-point Nets lead.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Now, here's Rozier. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Here's Crawford. Misses off the right eye. Snatched away. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at the Hornets. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And, of course, New York, 2 spots down.
Well, I think for New York, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2 guard. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Payton is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
And he makes good on the layup. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
It's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. Here's Harkless after the basket by Charlotte. Takes it from 10, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip man.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And he gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And so it's New York with it. After the basket by Charlotte, Payton passes to Robinson. Shot clock at 5. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Rozier kicks to Graham. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Knicks with the lead. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop the layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
For the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Payton. The Hornets also changing it up. Zeller, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Here's Washington. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Pass to Ntilikina. Puts it up from 12. Here's Randall. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got 7.
It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision. Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall, and it's Knox in for Barrett. For 3, Bullock trains it from beyond the arc.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Hornets trail by 6. Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin, this was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
The Knicks leading by 4. 59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Some nice passing by New York here. To the middle. Here's Portis. That one misses. For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to Miami. Zeller, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first. Here's Knox. A rebound by Washington. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Here's Graham. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Ntilikina. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is critical to Ntilikina's development. Nice drive right there.
Here's Graham. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Knox. Portis is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Wayne Ellington, and it's Ntilikina in at the point. And with the 6'8" arm span, Terry Rozier-Dorse plays a lot bigger than his 6'1" height.
Kevin, there is no doubt this is one of the outstanding rebounders from the guard position. He is an excellent defensive player. Scary Terry can hurt you on both ends of the floor.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
Now here's Ellington, defended by Batum. Hornets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. The shot's good from Bacon. Bacon's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Ntilikina. Rozier defending. Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got it all tied up now for New York.
Well, this is a real strength of Taj Gibson's game. Efficient low-post scoring. That's nicely done.
Outside, Batum over Ellington. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do there. Uses that height to get a clean look over the smaller defender.
13 feet away. No good on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger. And we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Payton comes in for Ntilikina. The Hornets also with the sub. Rambo, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Here's Payton following the bucket by the Hornets. Knox the pass to Robinson. Back to Knox. Outside Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim doors, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. City hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you.
We call that persistence, folks. Bismack Biyombo is a force on the offensive glass.
Here's Dotson. Graham defending. Inside. Portis, the pass to Smith. And stolen by Biyombo. Now, here's Bridges. Not a lot of room. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. He gets it in there. Dotson's got his first points of the game.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Rozier, the pass to Washington. It's rebounded by New York. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. Here's Knox. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You can see physical defense does not bother Kevin Knox. He almost wants the contact.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Bridges. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Here's Dotson. Lays it up and banks it in. Dotson's got his second bucket.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defender.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, with that frame, if Bismack Biyombo gets that kind of position, your best bet is to foul him.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And again, New York running the court in transition. Here's Barrett. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Knicks lead, 32.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. And that'll do it for...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Barrett. Banked in off the glass. Doris, if you had a list of players with all the great talent in this league that's the most difficult to stop one-on-one, who would that be?
Well, like in similar situations, I can't give you just one. Some names that come immediately to mind, James Harden, obviously, has been in the MVP race for 5 years running, I think. He's virtually impossible to guard, right? He's got a great system for his individual skills. Kevin Durant can get any shot he wants at any time. And then the virtuoso that is LeBron James, who can pick you apart with shooting, with scoring, with passing. He's really nothing short of remarkable. I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Payton outside. Some nice passing by New York here. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Washington, and Bacon subbed in for Miles Bridges. Good on the triple.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Trying to get open is Randall. Graham with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Knicks trail by 5. Here's Randall. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. And he's good on the second. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Clock at 4. Graham drops in the layup for 2. Graham's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Here's Harkless. New York, no good that time either. Hornets leading by 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, easy call.
The Hornets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And New York making a change here. Bullock's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Terry Rozier. And he can't hit the second.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Well, we've seen some defensive wizards among the NBA's freshman class this season. Let's now take a look at the rookie steal leaders. Third is R.J. Barrett.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Peyton. Knicks trail by 9. Ellington with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. No good on the 3. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Batum. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Back to Gibson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zeller's got his 4th rebound in this one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, the defender all over.
For Charlotte, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And the Knicks making a change here. Portis is checked in. Washington's checked in for Charlotte. Over in the corner, Randall. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Randall. Averaging about 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taking his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense, Greg, that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. That's tipped.
This has to energize Barrett. He needs to keep bringing this type of intensity to the defensive end.
Count it. Bullock's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Here's Graham. Here's Zeller. Passes it to Graham. On the wing, Batum. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Shot by Zeller, no good. Knicks trail by 11. The pass to Barrett. New York moving it around. Randall with the bucket.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Graham kicks to Bridges. And the Hornets miss again. There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. Back to Ellington. Robinson left side. Off target with that shot. And so it's Charlotte in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
So we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett. Robinson is out there with Portis, and it's Payton in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. 6 to shoot. Now here's Portis. Tight defense on him. Tries again with 1 on the clock. Pass to Bullock. From deep. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
I think we have to check his sanity because there's a number of better options on the floor.
Here's Graham. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor. Or sometimes what was once considered a negative becomes a positive. For example, tweeners are now looked at as very valuable assets and very versatile assets.
Yeah, Kev, no doubt. Like, think about how much the game has changed for players like Draymond Green, who was so integral to the success of the Golden State Warriors. Here was a young guy who was considered at one point coming out of college for the power forward and center spot, too small to play the position. But as the NBA has downsized, as it's gotten smaller and faster, Draymond Green can be as important as any other player on a roster.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Kicks it to Zeller. Outside, Batum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. This is checked in for Portis. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Rozier's checked in. Knicks trail by 6. Now here's Payton. To the right side. Now here's Bullock. Graham defending. New York needs to get off a shot. Off target from 3-point range. Hornets leading by 6. Bullock with the rebound.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Payton finds Robinson. And the call on. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed. And the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, guys. I was able to catch the message James Borrego gave to his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Over in the corner, Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
It took a shift in strategy, but it seems like they figured it out. Let's see if they can extend this run all the way to the finish.
There's 1:26 left in the game. Pass to Washington. Five on the clock. Up and in on the layup.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen, Greg, great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Here's Bullock. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Here's Payton. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
How about the focus, the poise, the willingness to take the big shot by Elfrid Payton?
Rozier looking around. It counts! A big bucket there to quiet this crowd.
And they need something to cheer about again, and soon.
Robinson finds Randall. Now Bullock. Some nice passing by New York here. Robinson. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Passes it to Rozier. Out to the right wing. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
Well, this is an area of his game that he's continuing to work on. Elfrid Payton's three-point shooting getting...
The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You look at the Nets. Right now at the playoff start, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, the New York Knicks, they're 5 spots away.
Well, I think for New York, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, Lance Thomas out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Allen. And it's Gioza in at the point guard position. Outside Robinson, Harkless on the wing. Unloads from 9. Here's Randall. That shot misses. Excellent D from Thomas. And here's Brooklyn. Harris kicks to Allen. Robinson pulls it in.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
New York shooting their first free throw of the game right now. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Payton. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed him. The shot, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Thomas, it's a wide open look. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
Up top, Harkless, guarded by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Robinson against Allen. Harris looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Allen kicks to Harris. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Payton right side. A beautiful reverse layup.
Really like seeing Payton operate inside. I mean, showing once again that he's got the total package.
Thomas, that's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Thomas got his second bucket tonight.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Shoots from 12. Robinson, it's good on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Clark, who are a few under-the-radar guys who really get it done scoring the ball at that forward position?
Well, I tell you what, a couple of names that come to mind. Bojan Bogdanovic,
yes.
Outstanding scorer. Gallinari, and then John Collins. And the young fella down in Atlanta. Those three guys are all a little bit undervalued as scorers.
And so here is New York following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. And then for New York, Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Bobby Portis comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Maurice Harkless. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Karuch is checked in for Thomas. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Karis LeVert. Kevin Knox is checked in for the Knicks. Frank Ntilikina comes in for Payton. And here's Bullock from the arc. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
You got to get a body on Gibson, because if you don't, he's relentless in attacking the offensive glass.
Here's Temple. The shot off that time, so New York will take it the other way. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. Near the three-point line, it's Bullock. Brooklyn with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Luwawu, the pass to Allen. Here's Karuch. Here's Luwawu. Second chance shot. Back to Johnson. Allen left side. Over Gibson. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Johnson. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Bullock. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Portis can't get it to go.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
It's good.
You know, with that kind of height mismatch, you've got to send help defensively.
Now Bullock shoots from the high post, and he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off the shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Johnson is out there with Crawford. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Luwawu in at the 4. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Chalk up 2 there.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
New York leading by 3. And here's Bullock from the arc. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. And Brooklyn has possession. Johnson kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Crawford outside. Lets the 3 fly. No good.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Here's Knox over Temple. Knox misses. Like you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents. Yeah,
and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Now here's Gibson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. And the Knicks miss again. Nets trail by 3. One-on-one fast break. Here's Crawford. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Crawford's got his first bucket of the night.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Gibson passes to Portis. And no good. Trying to use the glass. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Passes it to Knox. It's good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Now Gibson, after the missed 3 from Jamal Crawford. And Gibson kicks to Nilikina. Portis in the post. 20 points for him last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
The Knicks leading by 3. Pass to Bullock. Right wing. Here's Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, I like the feel Neely Keener showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Well, I tell you what, easy to admire the skills of Neely Keener. I mean, he's a tall guard. He passes and shoots it well. Very efficient.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Julius Randle comes in for Portis. It's checked in for Kevin Knox. And Ellington is subbed in for Reggie Bullock.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Ntilikina gets the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 8.
And Neely Keener is skilled, really skilled at getting good position in the post. I mean, he uses his quick instincts and understanding of the positioning to score inside.
Thomas, no good. New York with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Ellington dishes to Randle. To get open is Robinson.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Allen passes to LeVert. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, you look at the shots like that LeVert makes, and you have to be happy for the progress he's made because he's worked at it.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Ntilikina kicks to Ellington. It's Robinson high post. Over Allen. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Knicks have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, this season versus last, they've seen a decrease in their success at the free throw line.
LeVert, that one goes in. LeVert's got 4 points in the quarter.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
3-pointer Ellington, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead, heading.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good news for the Knicks. The first quarter was pretty even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And New York, looking at who they've got. It's Randle and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in its small forward. Pass to Chioza. And it's Thomas at the elbow. Now here is Harris. Defense right on him. Chioza passes to LeVert. Kept alive. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
And the pass to Payton. Harkless on the wing. LeVert defending. Harkless dishes to Robinson. And the layup's good off the glass. Robinson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve the rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Randle with the bucket.
You know, Randle has a nice package. He's got a good touch, good mechanics, and he's a capable mid-range shooter.
Feeds to Thomas. Here's Allen. Back to LeVert. He kicks it to Harris. It's deflected. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's LeVert missing. New York leading by 12. To the inside. Harkless. Can't get it to fall.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And the Nets making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Then for the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for the matchup with the Celtics, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Nets trail by 14. Here's Allen. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Payton passes to Gibson. Here's Harkless, defended by Allen. And it's Bullock in the corner. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Randall. New York needs to get off a shot. Was shot by Payton, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And here's Harris from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Harris has got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
You know, knocking down the 3 guys, that's one of the premier three-point gunners in the NBA, Joe Harris.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
To the middle, and Allen slams it in.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
Gibson against Allen. From the line, and it's good for 2. 8 points for Taj Gibson. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
That free throw good from Allen.
A stalwart defender who knows his strengths on offense. I mean, Allen is a fantastic two-way threat, and he wants to get better. This is a guy whose future is bright.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Portis is checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Randall. And Ellington is subbed in for Maurice Harkless. Ellington kicks to Bullock. Over Temple. The rebound by the Nets. Allen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Karuch. Kicks it out to Johnson. Here's Temple. No good that time. And New York the other way now. They've led by as many as 14 points. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Here's Johnson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Here's Payton. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
YouTube.
So it's the Knicks now. And here's Bullock from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Bullock's got 5 now. And so it's the New York Knicks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Crawford out there with Garrett Temple. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Ellington. Makes it off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 10.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Portis with it. Fading outside. On the wing, Ellington. Down low, Portis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Pass to LeVert. Allen inside, guarded by Robinson. Right on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Allen.
You know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
There at the pass to Portis. Kicks to Ellington. Just 5 on the clock. Now, here's Barrett, guarded by Harris.
Poor execution. That was not how they drew up that possession.
And it's LeVert missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now, here's Ellington. He's tightly guarded. Robinson misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Wound up there for Allen. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Ellington. And no good. The Nets go the other way with it. To the paint. Here's Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. 16 points for Allen.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. There at the basket, Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
LeVert finds Allen. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on R.J. Barrett.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Randall's checked in for Bobby Portis. Harkless comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Payton in for Wayne Ellington. Here's Payton. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Harris passes to Chioza. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. Tries yet again. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And LeVert showing how confident he is in his jumper, Kevin. He's got a nice soft release and is a very skilled guard.
Harkless on the wing. Pass to Robinson. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Knicks.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Allen's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And here's Barrett. From deep three-point range, it counts.
Man, good to see Neely Keenan square up.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20 and first looks at what's coming up.
The city of Charlotte, North Carolina. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Hornets, they're at the 10th position.
And, you know, for the Hornets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that.
Oh, that was something else.
And his eyes got wide once he got the ball inside. You just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Now, here's Rozier, guarded closely. He dishes it to Biombo. Back to Rozier. Good with the fadeaway. Chris, tonight, 2 offenses that love to slow it down and then set it up. What was your favorite half-court play, for instance?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, it's a play called turn 4 or 5. And depending on if I was the 4 or the 5, that means that you have a guard come out. He spins out. He comes out on the wing, and he throws it into you. And then it's your job to go to work or to find a double team. So it's almost like being that point forward off the box. So any play that was called for myself in the half court, you know, was my favorite play.
Right, I can see the play in my mind right now as you're describing it, actually. And there's the pass to Bridges. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Chiozza. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Passes to Chiozza. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. LeVert the pass to Allen. 5 to shoot. Inside. Here's Thomas. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Here's Graham. LeVert defending. Graham, the pass to Biombo. It's stolen by Allen. Baseline try. It's Biombo with the rebound.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Graham, the pass to Washington. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
For 3, Harris. The long distance 3 is Barrett.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Graham with the ball. Thomas is there. Rozier up top. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Graham kicks to Rozier. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And then Thomas with the jam.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for with hops.
Here's Washington. He's guarded by Thomas. There's the triple. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Yep, that one goes in there. Thomas got 6. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Trailing by 2. Here's Washington. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Biombo. Pass to Washington. The 3. LeVert grabs the miss.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Graham. They get it back. Washington, that's good.
Now, with all the intensity he plays with, boxing him out is a chore. A tough one.
That's good from Allen on the assist by Harris. And it's 6 points for Jared Allen.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Rozier. LeVert against Bridges. Lets it go from 11. The shot, no good.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Nets lead. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, Jay. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Tyler Johnson, Crawford out there with Luwawu. Then it's Garrett Temple, and it's Caruge in at the center, locking down the middle. Offensive rebound, Zeller. There's the pass to Washington. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Bacon. It's good on the putback. It's all knotted up.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Here's Caruge. That misses off the backboard. Hornets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Graham with the ball. Johnson's there. And it's Graham missing. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting it as well as you're going to see. 67%. No good from Luwawu.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Swiped away. In transition, here come the Nets. Finished off the break. Luwawu's got his first points in this one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Graham kicks to Batum. Passes it to Bacon. Pass to Washington. 6 to shoot. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Lets it go with a 3. Bacon gets the bucket. Bacon's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Johnson, the pass to Caruge. Here's Temple, defended by Batum. The shot from 20 feet away. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 5 rebounds tonight. Picked off in midair. Here's Temple, and he lays it straight in. And the Nets lead by 1.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Graham with the ball. Johnson's there. Graham with the bucket. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year you're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and to see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together? Our kids would play together. together, we can win one. That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that. But I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
To the wing on the left. There's Bacon. And another three for Charlotte.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Here's Luwawu. That shot missing. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game and what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Oh, that's because the big fella Zeller sprinted down the floor with his incredible speed. He's smart at knowing what routes to run in the open floor.
Here's Karuch. He's covered by Zeller. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut back down to 3 after the basket from Karuch. Last game for the Charlotte Hornets. It was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Outside, Batum. Right at the free throw line. The rebound by the Nets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Here's Temple. Great D that time from Batum.
He's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Bacon. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. And
if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Hornets leading by 3. Bridges out there with Washington. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2 guard. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Here's Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And Allen drops them both. Hornets shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Graham with the ball. He kicks to Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. Over Thomas. Thomas with the block. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Charlotte in the lead. Ring shot on the way. And the Hornets miss again.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
And they take the lead. Harris has got 6.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He can be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
Rozier the pass to Washington. Stolen by LeVert. Pass break, here we go. Here's Harris. And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 4-point Nets lead.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Here's Rozier. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen.
And Rozier is outstanding at drawing fouls on these kinds of shots.
Charlotte making a switch here. Zeller's checked in.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Pass to Chiozza. Now LeVert. No points in the game yet for him. Shoots over Graham. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rozier looking around. Back to Bridges. Knocked away. Stolen by LeVert. Thomas with the ball. Bridges covering. Harris inside the line. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Got that one up quick. He's got 8.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Allen kicks to Harris. Allen outside. Tries it from 19. No good that time. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Back to Rozier. Out to the right wing. To the wing right side. Charlotte moving the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Bridges, no one around him. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. And the Hornets lead by 3.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. LeVert's got himself on the board with 3 there. To the right side. For 3, Bridges. That shot is off. The Nets go the other way with it. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Temple can't get it to go. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Bacon, guarded by Harris. From 8, Bacon gets the bucket. Bacon's got 10.
Kevin, that type of D, that's not going to get it done. I mean, he can't be giving up those kinds of shots.
And Harris wide open. He shoots, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Harris has got the game tied up here for Brooklyn. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Here's Bacon, guarded by Harris. Bacon the pass to Bridges. Over Thomas. Allen with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. The pass to Harris. Clock at 6. There's the 3. The shot, no good. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Hornets lead by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
But it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Alice. Karuch is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Harris. And it's Johnson in at the 1 spot. And here is Zeller. Outside, Batum. Passes it to Bacon. Back to Batum. Now, here's Rozier. He's guarded by Johnson. Pass to Washington. From deep. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
Brooklyn trailing. Harris outside. Down low. And another turnover here by Brooklyn.
Come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And that one, good. Graham's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Charlotte. Allen against Zeller. The second chance effort. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Allen.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Here's Graham. Pulls it from the elbow. Jump shot is good. Graham's got 4 points this quarter.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Thomas kicks to LeVert. Goes up to the stripe. Good work there as it goes.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
And when the game is tight, you can see why they go to him. And by the way, where was the defense on that play?
Graham, the pass to Washington. Fires the three. Second chance shot. Out left to the wing. And Batum kicks to Graham. Shot clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
And that one falls for Graham. Charlotte making some changes. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Bacon. And it's Rozier in for Nicholas Batum. Harris is checked in for the Nets.
Now, that's big free throws from a player they depend on in those situations. That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms to play.
Rozier the pass to Graham. Now here's Bridges. Shoots from 12. That one wide left. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Thomas. And so here's Charlotte. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Graham. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Harris's shot is good. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Graham with the ball. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possession. Turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
Yambo, he's checked in for Charlotte. To the middle to tie it up. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make any plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 2.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
He's done everything they've asked for tonight. I mean, it's all because of all the work he's done that this game is even close.
Rozier.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Pass to Graham. Thomas against Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. Washington passes to Graham. Rozier kicks to Graham. The pass to Biyombo. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. Allen with the rebound. And so Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. A 2-point game. Harris passes to Thomas. Here's Chioza. Now Levert. Pass to Gioza. Over Rozier. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. That was a fun night of basketball.